everyone, this is Yoda from Team Evil Geniuses, bringing this video with Nerdstomper.com. This is going to be the first in a two-part series on Hellbringer, and it's going to be a matchmaking game I played a couple weeks ago on my Smurf from Nerdstomper.com. We actually have quite a few people on our team here. We have myself, Buska, and Samiju searched this game all with the three of us, and Laws and Swindlemelon's easy happen to get on our team for matchmaking. And the other team looks like a 4-stack with 1. And it's also on a Euro server. So this game I'll be soloing bottom. Since I'm solo bottom and my team is not with me, I will want to be very careful at level 1s. They don't want to feed first blood or anything. So I'm going to hide like next to my tower. Whoa, this Hellbringer is not very nice. Anyway, my items also reflect that I'll be soloing a side lane. I need a lot of regen, basically 280 gold I think this is, in regeneration. And normally I would skimp out on like this mana potion and one of these runes and this flask if I was soloing middle. But as a solo side lane hero, this is how much I need. As it turns out, the beginning of the game is always exciting. You find out whether, when you're soloing a side lane, the beginning is exciting. You usually find out that either you're against one hero, which is what you would like, I guess, or you're against 3 heroes or 2 heroes, which means that you're not going to do too well, but your team's probably going to do well. Anyway, this game I happen to be solo against a Pharaoh, I believe. Yeah, there he is. Against the Pharaoh, like melee heroes, all you really have to do in the side lane is right click them a lot, especially with all this regen. I have more regen than him, and he's a melee hero, so I'm just going to relentlessly chase him away from creeps and hit him, and that should give me free access to the creeps, since if he walks close to me then I will hit him for a lot of damage. Even though he has a shield, it's still fine. I'm still just going to harass him a lot, and that means that I should be able to farm a lot more than him and basically win the lane. Not much more to it, just keep up the harassment and get the CS when you can. I know he's getting quite a few denies here, but that'll change shortly since he can't really harass me other than with rocket, and I have enough regen to tank that, and I can definitely harass him. So eventually the lane will be won by me myself. Basically every time he's in range and a creep's not about to die, then I should be hitting him. So it's a lot of hits if you consider that. Right now it's kind of boring. All I'm doing is really CSing, laning, and hitting him. One thing you can do when you're in the favored lane is you can go around when the lane's at your tower. That means that basically if I'm here, not near the creeps, I can harass him freely without the imps hitting me. So I mean he'll have to back off, or at least run at me or something. He's gonna have to do something, basically. And this means that he can't really touch the creeps right now, which is what I want. I want him not touching the creeps and me having free access to the creeps, which is, some people call it free farming. It's not quite free since he's still around, but it's pretty good. Another thing that's good about soloing against Pharaoh is that his rockets always push the lane, so the lane's not going to move from here, which means I'm relatively safe. Anyway, watching myself lane with Hellbringer is not that fun. It's actually kind of boring, so I'm probably going to fast forward to the next clip. Alright, so it's quite a while before anything actually happens. It's just a lot of me harassing him and him running out of EXP range. So right now I'm level 7 and he's level 5 because of all the harassment I've been giving him. And since he had to stay back so far. And now I can afford my chalice. So this is my item build. First I finished my... I was thinking about finishing chalice first, but then I realized that steam boots would just be so much better, so I finished steam boots first, and now I'm going to finish my chalice. And now he's pretty much dead. Notice how I switched to strength for activating the chalice, and then I'm going to switch to intelligence afterward. This is really key when you're playing Hellbringer. You need to change your steam boots a lot. Basically have it on strength whenever you're about to go into a team fight, and have it on intelligence normally, and have it on strength when you're activating Chalice, and have it on intelligence when you're casting spells. So anyway, I'm not really scared of dying right now, so I don't really need the strength. So I'm going to switch to intelligence so I can get the maximum damage in. So like I said, it's a long while, 8 minutes in before the first kill happens in this lane. But we can say definitely won it since I'm level 8 and he's level 6 and I've killed him. So it's looking good for us. If you kill right after you kill someone with Malphus, it's generally a good idea to push the tower, since Malphus has such strong pushing potential. Another thing you can do is, instead of pushing the tower, you can have your Malphus go farm the woods. That's another good use of it. Right now it doesn't look like we're actually pushing anything. We're going to be able to push anything, so I'm going to send the Malphus to farm the woods. If I had bought a Ring of the Teacher, then I would have been able to push a little more, but I think Ring of the Teacher builds are a little greedy in side lane solos, because it's only better if you're going to kill them, and like you can't always assume that you're going to get a kill, since that basically just that's really greedy, assuming that you're going to get a kill. Anyway, since this Malphus is going to expire before it finishes the Fire Ogres, I think I was watching that, so I will know when so I will know to finish those off for free. Picked up a health potion that I left for myself apparently earlier in the game. Still not doing too much. Looks like Pharaoh actually TP'd top. Note that when I killed it, you don't really have to call it MIA after you kill someone, since it says right on the screen that he's dead. But you could say, hey, Pharaoh just died, watch out for top, watch out top lane for gank, which I think I did on voice chat. Anyway, that's all there is to say about that. Since he's gone, I'm just gonna, and I can't really help since I'm really low on HPs and manas, I'm just gonna push the lane. One thing I could have done here is buy a Ring of the Teacher for better pushing power. Since I know he's gone, Ring of the Teacher could have been useful, like just as a quick pickup here. But I didn't do it. I'm just gonna push the lane while he's gone. And next time my Malphus is up, probably gonna do something good. Anyway, gonna fast forward since watching myself hit creeps is actually kind of boring. Alright, so finally my Malphus is cooled down. I told Tob that my Malphus is almost up and I'll be TPing there shortly. And I will believe they also simultaneously get in a conflict. So once I notice that, I'm going to teleport. And hopefully no one dies before I get there. Although he gets pretty close. So notice how, like, I was watching this while watching the replay too, but basically the whole time when I was bottom, I was watching, as soon as I teleport, I was watching this action, not like my hero, not the tower. I was watching this action. So I could better better prepare for what I was going to do. Right now I'm basically just going to drop the Malphus and probably cast Death Boil on Glacius, which will kill him pretty quickly, and then I'll would want to use Life Void on this guy or this guy. So let's see what happens. Okay, so I didn't have to, so as it is, I did not have to Death Boil the Glacius since our Behemoth actually stunned him. So now I can use Death Boil and Life Void on these two guys, or hopefully, or maybe just one of them since they're kind of far away from me. Yeah, so I hit the Doctor with Life Void, and I think they're just gonna run away. There's not much they can do about this situation. Notice how I'm killing illusions, even though, like, if the fight's over, even though illusions are just illusions, it's still important to kill them since they can do some damage, do some scouting, etc. Whoa, that was a misclick. Let's go back. Lost myself in the replay. Okay, here we are. Kill this guy. And now probably going to pressure this lane a lot. Or by pressure this lane, I mean farm the neutrals with Malphus. Yeah, a lot of times you're going to try to push the lane with Malphus and you'll find that they're not letting you do it, so if they find that, then just go farm the neutrals. Also, I'm using all my mana before I go heal. That's just a habit that you should have. Having extra mana while you're not in the fountain, when you go to the fountain, is a waste. So just don't do it. Anyway, going to heal, and also going to fast forward. Alright, so here's the next action. Between now and then I've ported bottom and died, but my Malphus wasn't up, so it wasn't that important. Anyway, now that my Malphus is up, I'm going to go top, try to do something. Generally in setups where it's Trilane vs Trilane and solo vs solo, solo vs solo, you want to gank the Trilane as soon as your ultimate is up, especially with Hellbringer. In 2-on-2 setups, you want to gank another lane whenever your ultimate's up also. But in Trilane, it's particularly effective to gank the 3v3 lane since there's a lot of weak heroes there. And also a lot of disables. So here we go. So that's done. Well, this fissure was a little weak since it cuts myself. Oh, that was screen checking. Anyway, since it cuts myself off from direct access to them, so I had to Malphus to break the trees, and now I'm going to have to run the long way to try to get the Vindicator. So one important thing I'm doing here is taking the tower with my Malphus, so my allies and myself don't take any damage from it, and also since Gladiator is running into kind of a dangerous spot where he's close to 3 of my allies, I decided I was going to chase Vindicator instead of going for him. Not much to it, just cast all the spells. Unfortunately, Pharaoh ults me, so I can't actually finish him. Notice how I had my treads or my steam boots on intelligence before, and now that I'm getting focused, I'm going to switch them to strength. See that? Important to switch your steam boots. So I am pretty low on health, but since my team's around, I can still effectively just right-click them, and also I'm about to life void and cast Death Boil, so I'm going to get a lot of HP from that, and I still have a 5 charge power supply. So just remember with Hellbringer, you can oftentimes man up if your team's around you, because you're going to drain a lot of life with your life void. See, now I'm almost at half health already. Not in any danger at all. Would be better if I was microing my Malphus, but anyway. So key concepts. Oh, whoa, we're not done yet. Just gonna right-click this guy. Hopefully he doesn't kill me. I think he is though. Yeah, so I thought the fight was over, but it wasn't actually over. Obviously there's no running from the situation, so it's better to just right-click them and hope your team can make something of it. Looks like he might be making something of it. We're about to see. Oh, he got fogged. Getting fogged still. It looks like he wasn't able to do anything. Whoa, it looks like this doctor is way too greedy and is going to die if Busca doesn't choke. Alright, Busca choked. Doctor lives. Alright, that doctor lived way too long. So barring any chokes from my team, if my right clicks on Doctor probably would have made the difference. It's just a small thing like hitting them before you die, but oftentimes it can mean the difference between a kill and a death. Doesn't look good for our friend Busca though. Oh, he does live. Okay, no, doesn't look good for him at all. So now I spawn, and since my Malphus is on cooldown, I don't really want to go to a fight. I'm just going to head towards bottom to farm. And as I said, that's no fun to watch, so I'm going to fast forward. Alright, so when I arrive bottom, Busca actually TP's in, and since he's... I don't really approve his TP, but since he's like more of a carry hero, like Sniper is more of a carry, or Flint is more of a carry hero than Hellbringer, I'm just going to go pull. Notice, I believe there's a question about this on the forums. Basically, whenever they were like, whenever they play together, they have trouble where everyone TPs to a lane to farm. Well, basically, it's too many people farming if there's 2 people there, so just leave one guy there. Also on the way here, I believe I stacked these stack the small camp. Whenever you walk by neutrals, you should look at the clock, and if it's whatever 50 seconds, then you should pull it or stack it. So since I stacked this, I can now pull it effectively and get some good farm out of it. Meanwhile, Buska's getting free farm in the lane. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that topic, so I'm going to move on. Alright, we didn't actually get very far. While I'm nuding, I actually ran into Pharaoh, so shouldn't have fast forwarded. But anyway, here he comes. And so the first thing you do when you see enemy heroes going for you is just cast all 3 of your first spells on them. And when I see Doctor pop up, I know that it's an appropriate time to cast my ultimate. Since just using your ult on like one guy is pretty bad, but if it's on 2 guys, then it's fine. So I'm ulting 2 guys here. Since I have Life Void going already, I'm probably going to live quite handily. And their Pharaoh's also going to die, and it's not going to be particularly close. This Doctor is kind of low on mana, so we're chasing him a little bit. Unfortunately, our Behemoth blocks me off, so I can't really kill him. I don't think this mattered too much, since he had quite a bit of mana. I don't think I would have caught up to him anyway. But still, not very solid play from Behemoth. Now I'm going to finish off those Fire Ogres from a long time ago. And Malphus is down again. So I'm going to fast forward. Alright, so here's when Malphus is next up. I was farming a little bit too far up on bottom. But I am pretty farmed, so hopefully my team will be able to help me out here. So I'm getting ganked by Pharaoh and Glacius. As I run back, I say, hey guys, I'm getting... On the mic, I say, hey guys, I'm getting ganked bottom, please teleport. Since it's really easy to help a Hellbringer. So obviously, as soon as they go on me, I just use Malphus and Life Void. And I just do as much damage as I can, which is basically killed Glacius by myself, and hopefully now I'm going to kill... I believe we finish off Pharaoh. Yeah, that Life Void plus Sniper Ultimate is way too strong. Anyway, Pharaoh dies. I'm actually going to end part 1 here since it's getting kind of long. Once again, this is Yoda from Team Evil Geniuses bringing you this video with Nerdstomper.com. Be sure to check out the forums for any questions or comments you may have. I'll be happy to answer them. And thanks for watching.